Let's see how well this actually records before I turn on the light. Now I have a small light here, and it does pretty much nothing, it seems. But alright, let's turn it off for now. And let's take a quick walk to the park. Now if this, wow, the sky is nice today. Nice clear sky. Now if this camera turns out to do pretty well in low light, I might just get a gimbal for it and start doing some night walks. Unfortunately, the action camera I have doesn't do too well when it comes to low light like this. But I'm hoping my phone camera, well, the camera on my phone, will do better. Let's see. So up ahead, where's all that sound I hear? It sounds like somebody's doing something they shouldn't be. So up ahead is Fancher Davidge Park. I'll turn on this little light. It doesn't really do much. I mean, it does okay for me. I can see a lot more with it. What is that? Ah, okay, it's just a reflection of the signs. So up ahead is the pool and that little water sprinkler section. Now let's see how this light goes. All right, this is much better. There we go. So what I'm using right now is it's actually a bike light. It has 6 really bright LEDs. Works really well. Again, it's I'm using it as a regular flashlight, but normally you can mount it on the handlebars of a bicycle. Now let's turn it off again. And I'm just using this little tiny 3 LED. It's actually supposed to be a waterproof light that's supposed to be used in conjunction with an action camera. I've used it once or twice, but it's not very bright. Now what you should be able to see in the distance is the fountain that they have now for the lake. And it looks like they either put a new fountain or just new lights, because that thing is really bright. So I'm going to center it so you can see it. So that's much brighter than it was before. Usually they have it once it gets warm, they put out the little fountain to kind of aerate the water in the lake. But normally the lights are kind of dim and yellowish, but these lights are really bright and very white. And I see eyes over here in this pavilion, and I see a cat, at least one cat. I see 2 cats. I don't know if you can see their eyes, the reflection. Oh, one decided to take off. Let's see which cat that is. This is a black and white cat. I'm not sure if this is the same cat that I've seen before. That's creepy. What is that? Oh yeah, I know which cats these are. Interesting that they come this far. Didn't realize that. But alright, we're going to continue walking down this little road. And I'm going to try and get another good view of the fountain. I don't know if it's gonna focus. I have no idea how this is gonna look until after I go back and try to edit it. I see more eyes. A bunch of little critters around. This is a particularly dark section because there's no real street lights in this area except for that one right there. But then once you get to this bend here, there's none. Now the park is closed at night, so you're not allowed to be in there, which is why I'm not going to try and walk around in there, because I don't want to get in trouble for something silly like that. Now, in the distance is the ball field, and behind that is this these apartments. I think that building used to be a brewery, but now it's some kind of apartment building. Now we have our basketball court here. And again, there's no lights. You would think... What was that? You would think that they would have a street lamp at least right here at this little bend. Really dark. I mean, as long as you have good headlights on your car and you're not driving like an idiot, it should be safe. But not everyone drives the way they should. Some people come through here very fast, and it's a very sharp curve. And if they don't see someone walking by or an animal walking by, they're gonna hit them. Now this guy right here, let's see if he passes that stop sign. No, he did okay. See, he didn't go fast. That's nice. It's probably tripping him out though that he sees this weird light. Because I'm standing here holding a little, what do you call this? It's not really a selfie stick, but it's holding my phone so that I can actually record with it, but it's also got the light mounted to it. So over here is another good light here. So at least they have the lights at the stop sign. So this is probably the only thing you can see is the fence. But this is the fence, and behind it is the little play area. And I've noticed that there are quite a few cars driving around, and it is this time of night. Usually there's not too many people out, and yet I'm seeing a lot more activity. So I'm guessing just a lot of people are moving up here. Now, it would be hypocritical of me to be upset by that, considering I've moved up here only a few years ago from the city. But at the same time, I moved out of the city because I wanted to get away from all of that. And one of the issues is if a whole bunch of people are moving from the city up here, well, it's gonna get like the city, isn't it? Now, I think this is where I'm gonna end this little video, because for some strange reason my camera, the camera on my phone only records 10-minute sections, and it's about to end right about now, I would say. Okay, so I'm gonna start recording again. It took about 10 minutes to walk out this far. I'm gonna walk back to my car now. Again, it's pretty dark. This is as dark as I would expect to be able to record. And I do have this little light mounted on. Let's see how this looks when I put the big light on. Yeah, big spotlight. Unfortunately, I can't really walk around with this like that. It'll kind of annoy people. But already, at least from what I'm seeing in the display, this looks a lot better than my action camera. So who knows? Maybe this will actually be worth. Let me get out of the street before I get hit by a car. Maybe this is worth looking into. Maybe get a little gimbal here so I can get some nice stable footage and just do some night walks. Let's wait till this person crosses and passes by. As I said, a lot of cars. That car has Georgia plates. Wonder what they're doing over here. They probably live here and they just have their insurance in Georgia. Some people do that to avoid paying very high insurance rates. Huh. Somebody's, again, as I said, probably doing things they're not supposed to. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but it sounds like somebody's playing with their car. Now, I know towards the back of the park, towards the left, I guess, in the back, there are actually a bunch of houses. It's kind of like a housing complex almost. So they're all the same cookie cutter type houses. I think they're like townhouses, so it's 2 family houses. But yeah, they're probably playing around there. Eventually somebody will complain. Somebody always complains. But as I was saying, it's getting crowded up here now. Now, I'm hoping it stays nice and doesn't get the negative aspect of the city. And by negative, I mean, getting to the point where I can't do what I'm doing right now, which is just walking around at night without a care in the world. Now, I used to do that in Brooklyn, but I didn't do it lightly. You always have to look around, keep an eye out of your surroundings, because you walk into the wrong situation and you don't walk out of it. And that's one of those things that you just, as you get older, you just don't want to do that anymore. You don't want to be in that position. And I will say this, ever since I moved up here, moved out of the city, my whole life has changed. It's just peaceful. And this is not the middle of nowhere. I would not consider this to be like, the boonies or something. But, it's populated. But the people that live here are very different from the ones that I'm used to seeing in the city. For one, they mind their own business when they need to. By that I mean, if you're doing something that's not bothering them, they mind the business. Whereas in the city, people a lot of times don't have anything better to do but to be in your business and try to just, make things difficult. And yet, when something does happen, and they do or should get involved, they won't. For example, if they see something bad happening, a lot of times they just don't care and they won't bother in the city because they want to mind their own business then at that point. Well, they'll know when someone stole your car, but they ain't gonna tell you about it until it's too late. Whereas here, I think here they try to look out for each other a bit more. Now, I did turn down the wrong street. I did that on purpose because I wanted to record, see how it looks where there's some street lights, but now I gotta walk back to where my car is parked, and then we'll call it. Don't know if I'm actually going to even bother uploading this video because it might look like garbage, but I am gonna test out this footage, or test out this camera, see how it looks. If it looks halfway decent, I'll post the video, why not? And if it turns out to look even better once I've posted it, maybe I'll get a gimbal for it just to hold my phone, and then maybe invest in a better light that I can also mount to it, and maybe do some night recording. But there we go. So that's what I'm gonna call it. Hopefully this looks halfway decent. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more like this, subscribe and leave a comment. And with any luck, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Fireworks. That was perfect timing. Perfect timing. Someone just shot off some fireworks a couple feet away. Well, good place to end the video. Take care. Be safe. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.